All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
I love it. Makes popcorn and grabs. I know that says supposed to say bourbon. Hope you guys are having a great Friday night. We are just about done with 2 rounds of golf at Shinnecock. I do want to start this podcast off on a different note. Sort of like an angry note. You guys know me at this point. I'm very usually cool, calm, collected. I have a pretty good head on my shoulders. I'll say that. I don't overreact to things because I mean, in this world, people are going to say things. People are going to not like you. People are going to criticize you. But I sent out a tweet yesterday afternoon, and it's like I committed a war crime. It is like I committed a war crime. The responses I'm getting to this. Let me just show you what it is. Clowning the USGA or the golf course is so funny and a blatant lack of ball knowledge. If the greens weren't so soft, no one would have broken 80 in the morning. This is yesterday. So people are like, are you out of your mind? This is a US Open. Nobody should be under par. Nobody should be under par. Let's just take a look at some other US Opens over the last few years. Let's look at this is 2024, I believe. A ton of guys under par through 2 rounds. 2023. Oh, Ricky Fowler at 10 under, winning about 9 under. 2022. A ton more guys under par. Difficult test here at the Country Club. 2021. Another difficult test. This was what? Torrey Pines. So this is not something we've never seen before. Oakmont was different. Winged Foot was a little different. But this is a regular thing that we see. I have to say, I don't work for the USGA. I'm not defending the USGA. I'm saying it for how it is. They had no choice but to water the greens on Thursday afternoon. If those winds that didn't come in, then no one could predict the weather, but they were projected to blow 50 miles an hour. Remember Mike Kim tweeted about it? The broadcast talked about it. 45, 50 mile an hour gusts. If that was the case, they couldn't have played golf if they didn't water the greens. So they watered the greens to protect the golf course. And then you guys would have said, why is there another delay? Why are we delaying the golf? They should have watered the greens to prepare for this. You guys are out of your mind. I'm not talking about you reporters. I'm talking about the people you listeners. I'm talking about the people that commented. So I'm just venting right now. And I'm going to keep going. There's a reason that this is the spot where Phil Mickelson putted a moving ball. There is a reason why Zach Johnson has the infamous clip, we lost the golf course. This golf course is so unique with the wind conditions. Everyone's like, oh, they're rolling at a 10. Guys are bounding over greens if they're not coming in from the fairway. Guys are chipping across the greens if they don't have enough spin. Guys are missing a ton of putts inside 5, 6, 7 feet. This golf course is fine. And the USGA had to do what they had to do. It's not like we are 15 under through 2 rounds. We're going to have on pace for a 20 under winner. I didn't hear this at Valhalla. I know it's the PGA Championship, but I didn't hear this at Valhalla. I didn't hear this at Royal Troon last year. It's going to continue to be windy. Maybe they won't water it over the weekend, but the overreaction, because everyone else saying it, I have to say it too. Because everyone else is saying this golf course is too easy. Now I have to pile in and say this golf course is too easy. The groupthink is just so insane. And you guys at Shipper Nation, you guys don't fall into the groupthink. You guys think for yourselves and are able to make unique decisions. And that's why so many of you guys win. So keep doing what you're doing. That's just me responding to everyone saying that I committed a war crime by tweeting that out like I work for the USGA. I wish I worked for the USGA. I'd like to be paid like I work for the USGA, but I don't. Now let's talk about the golf. Let's talk about who did what today. We had, 4 rounds of 67 or better. Shout out Aaron Rye. We didn't have the best slate plan today, but Aaron Rye was in our slate plan. Xander Schauffele, Joaquin Niemann, Colin Morikawa all had rounds of 67 or better. Looking at how these guys did it, let me just refresh it. I want to go by round 2, round scoring, and their ranks. You could see the approach play. The approach play has really came to the top along with the putting. I'm really high on around the greens, And the thing that with you around the green is it's not going to show up in the stat line, like I said. But I really do think if you have a red around the green game by the end of the tournament, by Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon, you're gonna be cooked. You really are gonna be cooked. So you can see the guys at the top are not doing the most around the green, but they don't have red. And like I said, this elite around the green play is not really going to shine through the stat line, but it is so important. I'm going to be looking for it going towards the weekend, looking at what we are looking for tomorrow. Let's look at the wave split and the wind for tomorrow. So far, the wave split for today, the golf course played a little bit easier than it did in round one, which was kind of expected. We saw it round two play just about 2.5 strokes over par. I know there's still golfers on the golf course. Round one was 3.3, round two, 2.2, and we saw the morning play more difficult yet again. So morning played more difficult in day one, morning played more difficult in day two. Not too much of a difference in terms of where you were in the leaderboard, where your tee time started. It's kind of coming to fruition because we saw the wind lay down a little bit in the PM. Looking at the wind projections for tomorrow, it's looking like the morning might have the tougher conditions again. And we saw the wind play, the golf course play easier in the afternoon, both days. So I think this stat line, this wind line, I'm going to call it a wind line. This wind line this wind line grouped with the better golfers simply going out in the afternoon. And usually there's so many guys who just barely make the cut, immediately eject on Saturday. I'm going to go with guys like teeing off after 10 a.m. tomorrow. I'm going to go with guys in the afternoon wave, like maybe some leaders to just keep that lead down, maybe have a really big gap of the top 10, 15 to the rest of the field. So that's what I'm looking for in terms of stats, in terms of tee times tomorrow. But before we get into that, I want to touch on the site because we had some nice stuff on the site. Aaron Rye was a pivot for everyone today. Was he a pivot? Where was Aaron Rye? No, someone was a pivot. Let me see who that was. Someone who had a nice round was a pivot. Oh, no, Aaron Rye right here. I scrolled right by him. Aaron Rye was a high leverage play. Didn't even have to do anything. All of the stone, all of the projections, all of the slate plan. We had a bad slate plan in round two. Usually we bounce back. So go to the site, all of that, use that code BOOTS, get it for free right here. Join the nation. You just want the PGA Tour content, PGA Tour content. Sometimes I talk too fast. PGA, just the content right here, code BOOTS. You want the optimizer. You want SaberSim. Bang, code BOOTS. You want every single sport, all access, ultimate, SaberSim. Get that code BOOTS weekly, 100 a week, and you will surely make that back using this stuff because the people that work for this site are very, very smart behind the scenes. Now let's look at some of the stats for tomorrow. I'm going to bring in the live stats and see what we're working with tomorrow. Let's take off the values. Let's go to the ranks. And this is the cumulative stats through 2 rounds. I'm looking for more distance. I'm actually looking towards approach now, even though I wasn't really looking for it. I'm avoiding bad around the green play. Like Rory McIlroy, it's a shame because we're on him week long. Like we have him outright. He's playing well, and the dude's just chipping himself out of this tournament. And we know Rory McIlroy is a great golfer around the greens, and he's just not coming to fruition right now. So I'm loving this stat profile from Tom Kim. I know he's still on the golf course, but he's all greening across the board. I talked about the Renaissance Club comp. He's played really, really well there in his career. Love what Xander's doing, all greening across the board while hitting it really long. Xander's going to be an interesting play for us tomorrow. This 4 I'd kind of stay away from. But Maverick McNeely, love what he's doing, all greening across the board while being he's not long in terms of this week, but he's generally a long hitter off the tee. Scotty Scheffler's, this is a very similar profile. So we have a lot of profiles to really work with. And you can see these similar profiles. So if like you see Maverick, Harman, Scotty, like we're looking for similar things, all green with some nice around the green play, nice approach play. If that's going to be the case, if that's what you guys are looking for, and that's what I'm looking for, I'm going to use ownership to dictate it simply. Because if there's 2 guys that have basically similar skill sets and I'm like, who am I going to choose? I'm going to really go with the ownership. I'm going to be like, this guy's projected 3% lower. I'm just going to pick this guy. I don't usually do that to pick my battles with ownership in week long, but it's important when it's important. But my rules are going to be 10 a.m. and after for the most part. Maybe a few guys dabbled in before, but 10 a.m. for the most part after, and then approach play, around the green play. Show me you're not losing strokes around the green so far. So let's look for some more guys, maybe a few down the board. Love Tommy Fleetwood for tomorrow. It's a great profile. He is doing everything well. Just like, we've been seeing this very similar profile. Green across the board. Who else we got? Let's see who's a long hitter down here. Cameron Young, absolutely love for tomorrow. Losing a stroke and a half around the green. On the greens. Remember what I said to him for the Bentgrass story. Listen to yesterday's pod if you want the Bentgrass story. But I love Cameron Young's profile for tomorrow. I think he can make a few putts. It was better on the greens today than he was yesterday. I want to see Cameron Young's putting today. He was minus 0.5. In round one, he was minus 2.5. So clearly turning in the right direction for Cameron Young on the putting greens. Let's go total score and see where we at. Okay, down the board a little bit, guys that are making the cut. Jackson Coyven doing some nice things. Approach around the green. That's what we are looking for. Miles Russell, very nice profile. It's towards the and then this kind of makes sense because I said we want to go with golfers towards the top of the leaderboard already because of the weather. And you could see as I scroll down, the profiles are a lot better at the top than they are at the bottom. Obviously that makes sense. The better golfers are rising to the top, but usually we see that some of the key stats even down the leaderboard, but we're not really seeing that right now. So let me find a few more guys down the board, give you the one golfer that I am on. I don't mind Bud Cauley. I wish he hit it a little bit further, but I don't mind it down there. I wouldn't mind going back to Joaquin Niemann. We were on him yesterday. He had a great round today. I think he, look at this from Joaquin Niemann. Approach around the green. That's what we're asking for. That is what we are asking for. One more guy. ADDC's playing okay, but John Parry. A golfer who flushes. A golfer who simply flushes. They don't call him your favorite flusher for nothing. Not the longest hitter in the world, but approach around the green. That is what he is doing. Now, the one golfer I am on is a golfer that is not really committing to these guidelines that I am talking about right now. He's not scorching on approach. He's not scorching around the green. But this man hit it well enough today. And I've never seen so many putts almost go in. And I'm usually not a victim to this. Really, I'm not. But the golf course doesn't owe you anything. I just find it hard to believe that this golfer doesn't make some more putts. I find it hard to believe. Ludwig Oberg. Through 2 rounds, he's won over well in this golf tournament. Plus 0.3 off the tee, hitting it long, about even on approach, 1.17 around the green. He's actually gaining strokes on the greens. But this man missed so many makeable putts. So many makeable putts. Yeah, I like Scotty for tomorrow. He looked good. I talked about his profile earlier. Definitely looks good. Ludwig Oberg. The dude could have shot 500 today. Genuinely could have shot 500 today. So Ludwig Oberg is the one golfer that I am on for round 3. I'm sorry about that tangent to start the pod, but I had to get it out. I had to defend myself because people were really coming at me. But that's it. Those are the golfers I'm on. Get to the site, get to the slate plan, check out who I'm on, check out my write-up, and let's cash. We had not the best day in round 2, but all the information is up on the site. Go check it out. As always, the song of the day, Follow You by Bring Me the Horizon. A very, very, very pretty song. Check it out. I think you will like it. And as always, ship it. I will catch you guys tomorrow night. Have a good night.